Hello everyone, my name is Mosegu, and I am going to introduce our work, SNS Influencer Marketing Platform for Market Advertisement of Small-Sized Business Runners for ICACT 2022. I have worked with my lab members, Jin-Young Kim, undergraduate student Yoonbo Shim, and my professor Jae-Hoon Jung. Our presentation today is about the detailed web architecture that we actually implemented. Our web platform is a dynamic web services that provide communication between a client and the influencers. For the contents, there are intro, background, design, implementation, and conclusions. As an intro, following are listed: background, paradigm, motivation, goal, main idea, and contribution. For the background, we have to go through about three components: SNS, influencer, and marketing web platform. SNS is as known as social network service. It is a service that supports the creation of personal profile and contents. Through this service, establishing of human network is possible, and forming the relationship and communicate with each other users. An influencer is a new type of independent third-party endorser who shapes audience attitudes through the use of social media to promote brand. An influencer marketing platform is a strategic marketing platform that relies on companies investing in identified influencer to promote branded contents for the followers to drive brand awareness and purchase intents. So we went through the backgrounds and the components of our paper. Next part is a paradigm of this paper. So what is going on? The data is from the Thomason, which we referred as a background investigation resource. It says that the growth of influencer marketing platform has achieved 74% growth of success over the past 2 years, and the return on the investment is over 6.5 times higher than the average, which is a marketing method with a strong growth potential. In addition, the customer base is more than 7 times closer to influencers than celebrities, which can be said the influencer marketing platform is the most effective online marketing method for creating new customers. So what is our motivation? Our motivation is that since there are enormous scale of influencers all over the world, and despite the distribution, influencer marketing is expected to accelerate because there is no spatial constraint. In addition, the influencer marketing platform is not very familiar yet. Therefore, to satisfy this demand, we motivate to provide an SNS influencer marketing platform. And what is our goal? What do we aim specifically? We target to design a web architecture that provides mutual communication between a client user and influencer user for the promotion. A client user is a group who requests a brand. Through this network, reliable matching between the influencer and the clients can be provided. We also introduce a detailed architecture system and components for the various web platform development that can be encouraged. Our contributions are listed as follows. We designed the framework of web platform that shows mutual communication between influencer users and client users. We implemented SNS influencer marketing platform that let service consumer to request marketing service based on their intents. This architecture can quickly provide service consumer with the appropriate data processing service through the backend. We also implemented the communication method using REST API between the backend nodes with the cloud-based server. The implementation of REST API provides dynamic web service to consumer based on efficient data transferation. Now we are going for the design. The figure you're looking at is overall design of our architecture. For this section, we are going to discuss about components and system about it. Our platform consists of split servers, front-end server, and backend server for individual roles. For the backend, for the front end, it can forward a request from users to backend, and it also displays data to users. For the backend, it transfers the request from the front end to the database. Then the backend delivers the data from the database to the front end. In our architecture, there are 6 representing components: user, web browsers, front-end, backend, database, and clouds. I'm going to be more detailed about it. That firstly, for the users. Users in the architecture of the platform consist of client user and influencer users. The client user upload the campaigns to the database in the platform. The influencer user promote campaigns that upload to our platform. About the web browser, a web browser shows user data written in HTML from the front end. When user access to the cloud web server, the web browser is used. For the front end is a framework that displays in a web browser with a user interface. It allows consumer to send request data to the backend with a REST API. Then the backend is the data processing bridge between front end and the backend. Front end and the database. Through this bridge, the backend delivers user intents to the front end. Cloud is a virtual environment server that allows consumer to access the service over the internet. In other words, through the cloud, consumer can access the SNS influencer marketing platform anywhere. The database is a data storing placed in the proposed platform. That is, the database is a storage that stores consumers' data safely and provides the data when the consumer needs it. The backend of the proposed architecture is equipped with the REST API and several components: URL, serializer, and models. URL is a universal resource locator that routes requests to the either endpoint or target. That is, the URL forwards the request to the appropriate endpoint. Serializer is a translator that translates the structure of the model and components of the view into a Python data type. About the view is a middleware that provides the user interacting interface, which is a component with a defined logic to process a routed request. Through the view, data is filtered or edited according to the request. A model defines the structure of database. Lastly, REST API is a set of HTTP-based communication methods where the front end and the back end communicate. In other words, it plays role of manual guide for the data processing. While the front end requests the data, the back end can understand the detailed request through the REST API. In this section, we're going to describe the functional diagram of SNS marketing platform. Firstly, client user register the campaign, or influencer user apply for the campaign registered by the clients. Then the data then goes through the web browser to the front-end server. Secondly, campaign data received from the front-end server is transmitted to the back-end server via REST API. Thirdly, data transmitted from the backend is sent to the database by the query. Fourth, the database returns the requested data to the backend as a response. Fifth, the backend sends the received data from the database to the frontend via REST API. Then finally, sixth, the frontend renders the received data to each user's web browser. This section, we're going to discuss about the implementation. The figure shows the actual implemented SNS influencer web marketing platform. As shown in the figure, the client posts the campaign to be advertised, and the influencer applied for the campaign suitable for them among the posted campaigns. Again, the client selects the suitable influencer from among the influencers who applied for his or her campaign. And the selected influencer advertised the selected campaign on their SNS. For the SNS influencer marketing platform, we use the JavaScript framework React for building a front-end server, the Python framework Django for building backend server, and AWS for building the templates in the cloud environment. We conclude the presentation with the conclusion. This paper provides the architecture of SNS influencer marketing platform. The proposed platform provides communication between influencer and clients within the cloud-based SNS influencer marketing platform. As a future goal, in order to increase commercial benefits by attracting users, we will develop efficient matching algorithm between influencer users and client users through machine learning. Thank you.